Nergal was a Mesopotamian god of war, death, and destruction. He was also associated with the sun, plague, and desert, in addition to being a god of the underworld. Nergal was also a war god. Set, or Seth, was an Egyptian god of chaos, storms, violence, disorder, war, and the deserts. He is one of the first 5 gods, created by the union of Gib and Nut, after the creation of the world. To the Greeks, he was associated with Typhon, the god monster, who challenged the might of Zeus and was hurled into Tartarus. Fenr is the great wolf in Norse mythology, who breaks free from his chains at Ragnarok, the twilight of the gods, kills Odin, and is then killed by Odin's son Vidar. Ogen is the Yoruba god of iron, war, and labor. In his earthly life, Ogen is said to be the first king of Ife. When some of his subjects failed to show respect, Ogen killed them, and ultimately himself. With his own sword, he disappeared into the earth, at a place called Irekadi, with the promise to help those who call on his name. Shiva is known as the Destroyer within the Trimurti, the Hindu Trinity, which also includes Brahma and Vishnu. In the Shaivite tradition, Shiva is the Supreme Lord, who creates, protects, and transforms the universe. Shiva has many aspects, benevolent, as well as fearsome. In benevolent aspects, he is depicted as an omniscient yogi, who lives an ascetic life on Kailasa. In his fierce aspects, he is often depicted slaying demons. Tiamat was the shining personification of the sea, who roared and smoked. In the chaos of original creation, she and Apsu filled the cosmic abyss with the primeval waters. Tiamat is often referred to as a monster, though this identification has been credibly challenged. In Enuma Elish, Tiamat is clearly portrayed as a mother of monsters, but before this, she is just as clearly portrayed as a mother to all the gods. Chu is a mythological being that appears in Chinese mythology. He was a tribal leader of the 9 Li tribe. In ancient China, he is best known as a king who lost against the future Yellow Emperor. During the 3 sovereigns and 5 emperors era, in Chinese mythology, in some Taoist traditions, he is considered a demon or an evil god, representing war and violence. According to legend, Chu had a bronze head with a distinct metal forehead. He had 4 eyes and 6 arms, wielding terrible sharp weapons in every hand. Aries was the Olympian god of war, battle, courage and civil order. In ancient Greek art, he was depicted as either a mature, bearded warrior armed for battle, with a helm and spear, unlike his Roman counterpart, Mars. He was never very popular, and his worship was not extensive in Greece. In traditional Javanese and Balinese mythology, Batara Kala is the god of time and destruction. He rules over the underworld. Along with the underworld, goddess Seth is Yara. Pre-Islamic Javanese beliefs, such as those relating to the eclipse, are related to Batara Kala. For example, the solar eclipse is due to Batara Kala swallowing the sun. In Irish mythology, Balor or Balor was a leader of the Fomorians, a group of malevolent supernatural beings, and considered the most formidable. He is often described as a giant, with a large eye, that wreaks destruction when opened. Balor takes part in the Battle of Magtur, and is primarily known from the tale, in which he is killed by his grandson, Lox of the Tuatha. He has been interpreted as a personification of the scorching sun, and has also been likened to figures from other mythologies, such as the Welsh Ysbaddaden and the Greek Cyclops. Raijin is a god of lightning, thunder, and storms. In Japanese mythology and the Shinto religion, he is typically depicted with fierce and aggressive facial expressions, standing atop a cloud, beating on dendeko drums, with Tamo symbols drawn on them. Iconography of Raijin are often found in Japanese temples and shrines. He is usually depicted alongside Fujin, the god of wind.